So guys, this is Aleyzr here and welcome back to another episode of my pack guide series where I show you all the nades you have to know so you can be the most useful player on the server. Today we're having a look at Ancient, so let's jump straight into it. So let's start off the video with every smoke you have to know from spawn. For the first one, just get into this corner right here. Aim at the building like so, do a simple jump throw, and this is going to be your perfect cave smoke, allowing you to just run past it and try to kill the guys on mid. For the next one, just get into this corner right here, have a look at this hole in the wall and do a simple W jump throw. And this smoke will also block off cave, but this time you have a little bit more room to run up towards mid and have a gap on the left side. And the smoke will be good to block off any vision for a CT that's jumping up the box, because if they molly this and this, you are kind of forced to wait until the mollies are out. And then it's really dangerous for you if any CT holds this line from the box on mid. And with this smoke, you have a lot more room to get closer towards the mid, making it way easier to take over control later on. So the last smoke for the cave area is also from this position, but this time you are looking for this dot here and aim just a little bit towards the right and do a simple jump throw. And this smoke is gonna land like so, blocking off heaven completely so you can rush into cave. But this smoke is usually only needed in higher elo where people put out the molly and still jump up the box. But in lower elo, people usually don't do that, so you can get away with just mollying the box. If you want to smoke donut, just get into the corner right here, have a look at the wall, aim like so, simple jump throw. And this one is gonna land like so, blocking off any angles. And if the CTs want to keep holding from this side, they have to stand in the open, and then it's really easy to flash them. If you want to smoke donut a little bit deeper, just come against this white stone, aim on the tree like so, simple jump throw, and this one is gonna land like so. And this smoke would be very useful if you know that the CTs are playing quite defensively on mid, so from here, and then you will just flash out one guy in mid, and then he's trying to get close to the smoke while the other teammates are just pushing onto the A side, and then he can easy flank the guy that's playing donut. Now the last two smokes you have to know are for window, and you have to just locate those darker dots. If you're standing on the left side, aim towards the left of this one, and if you're standing on the right side, aim towards the left of this one. Super simple. Now let's focus onto the A side, and if you want to rush A, there's a way of smoking donut on the fly. All you have to do is have a look at the top right corner of this building and always move your mouse so your crosshair keeps on this point, and then you just release the smoke while you're crossing this brick. So it looks something like this. And this smoke will fly like so, perfectly covering off donut. If you want to smoke off CT really fast, just come against this wall like this, have a look for this corner and go up until you reach the middle of this part here, like so. And this will smoke off CT for you. So now if you're not rushing the A side, but you want to slowly execute onto the A side, let me show you these three smokes. You can do all of them from this corner in front of main. For the CT smoke, just look for this gap between those buildings. Simple jump throw. This is going to be your CT smoke. Then for the temple smoke, just crouch and aim on the leaf like so. Simple jump throw. This is going to be your temple smoke. And for the donut smoke, just have a look at this gap here between the leaves. Aim like so. Simple W jump throw. And again, this is going to be your donut smoke. Now, if you're going A, the most important flash you have to know is this one where you just throw it simply through the roof. And this one is going to blind any AWPer that's holding main from this position. And if you're a little bit more behind, you can do the same from here, where you just aim to the left side of this tree. The next flash you have to know is for temple, and you just have to look for this shadow or this part of the brick here. Just put your crosshair onto it and run forward and release the flash. And this flash is going to blind any AWPer that is trying to hold an angle like this. If you're now running out of main, you can use the flash like this. And this flash is going to blind any CT that's trying to hold any off angle from donut. But it lands behind the box, so your teammates can just keep pushing towards the donut area in case you don't have this smoked off. The last two things you want to know are the side molly, and you can also do a nade. Pretty simple. And the second one is just a deep cave molly after you flash this. Remember to always throw it deep like this, because if you only molly close like this, it's very easy for the CT AWPer to keep holding angles like these, and that's obviously really dangerous for you, and you don't want that. So now let's come towards the mid area, and the most important thing is probably the molly for the box. Just come here, aim like so, release the molly. And if you want an advanced version, just aim like this. And this one is gonna also block off this area in case someone jumps up here or gets boosted. Next, if you have two guys running out mid, the first one should just always smoke the molly like this and then run out. And the second one should just throw a flash like this. Molly will be out and then run out like so. And this flash is going to land behind you guys, making it really hard for the CTs to fight you. And obviously you want your teammates to do some flashes as well. The flashes for the left side are just from this wall right here. aim like so, and do simple jump throw. And these are going to blind anyone that's trying to get close. And for the right side, just come against this B here, aim like so, simple jump throw. And this one will blind anyone that's trying to hold an angle like this. And these can be also very useful if you have teammates coming up from heaven, and then you just throw this one. If that's the mid take you have in mind, so you have teammates coming from heaven and you have teammates coming from here. Usually you want to have 2 players in this area, and the first one is just going to molly box, then go back. And usually a few seconds later, this is going to be smoked. And then the other player can just come against this wall, create a gap between those buildings like so, aim a little bit lower than the wooden plank, run forward, release the molly, and this molly is going to block off cubby. And after the molly, the guy can just stand here, have a look between those wooden planks, aim anywhere on eye level, move a little bit towards the left side, release your flash, and this flash is gonna land like here, again blinding anyone that is trying to hold heaven from donut. So now if you're coming out of mid and you maybe kill one guy that's playing in the open, what that usually means is that there's one guy left playing in donut, 1 on A and 2 on B. And in a scenario like this, it might be a really good option to just push into Redroom and try to rep towards the A side. And if you want, you can smoke off CT like so, or flash it like this. But if the CTs don't have an AWP on B and you immediately start running after the kill, usually it's good enough to just jump across like this. If you kill the donut player, this usually means that there's 1 guy left in Redroom, 2 on B and just 1 on the A side. And then usually it's your best call to just quickly push onto the A side and try to kill this guy. To then make your way out of donut a lot safer, you have to have a CT smoke, but you have to use a special one. In this type of situation, you don't want to have a CT smoke that lands like so. And the reason for that is if the donut player dies, the Redroom player understands that the A guy is alone, and he will most likely come through the smoke and try to help him by searching for duels like this. To avoid that, you want to have a smoke that lands a little bit closer towards the edge, blocking off all of the angles that I just showed you. To do that from mid, just get into this corner right here, aim on the wall like so, simple jump though, and this is going to be the first version. For the second one, just get into this corner right here, and then you have to aim at the edge of this stone right here, and this one has to be a little bit precise, but then it will land like so, giving you cover from this position again, making it way safer for you to come out donut. So now let's move over towards the B side, and if you want to rush B, there's a cool combo that you can do by just coming against the wall like this. Have a look for this gap on the leaf, aim a little bit towards the right, simple jump though, and this is going to be a pretty fast long smoke. And after you did the smoke, you can just have a look for the left side window and throw a flash like this. And this will blind any CT that's trying to hold an angle like this or an angle like this. Something that I like to do when rushing B is to tell one of my teammates to drop a second smoke for me into this corner. And then after I did the flash, I can just pick up the smoke, get into this corner, aim like so, and do a simple jump throw smoke. And this is going to be a very deep short smoke covering off left side completely, but giving you the option to wrap around. Because when long is smoked and your teammates can't find anyone on site, this means that the guy that's played on site probably went into cave, and then you don't want to have a smoke like this where you then trap your teammates onto the site. So using a smoke like this is way more beneficial, because then you can just leave the guy in cave and just try to kill the guy that is playing behind the smoke on long, and usually he will not expect you. And if you kill this guy here, you have a lot more control, and you can simply just give up cave and play the afterplant from this position. If you're someone that's really good at throwing nades and your teammates are rushing B, you can just hop onto the corner like so, aim like this. This will make it way easier for you if someone is hiding behind blue like this. If your teammates are rushing cave, you want to use the molly for the middle of site, but you can use a very simpler lineup where you just come against the door like so, aim like this and release the molly. And this is really important for your teammates that are rushing cave, because now if there's a molly inside of the door, it gives them way more space to clear these angles, because they now don't have to be worried about someone standing in the door or re-peeking. Obviously it's still possible, but just way more unlikely. If you now have taken cave and you want to split onto the B side, you can do a lot of good utility from this position. Just keep standing like this, and you can do a short smoke like this, or a long smoke where you have a look at this second brick, put your smoke like this, release the smoke, and from the same position you can do a very useful cubby molly and then a flash like this. Because usually what happens if the CTs lose control over cave and they don't have someone that died in cave, so they just play 2 onto side, usually what they do is smoke off main like this, and then maybe play a position from here, and then the flash that I just showed you will just completely shit on this guy. So remember, if your team is rushing cave, tell them to just drop one smoke and one molly inside the door. One tip that I want to give you is usually when you want to split onto the B side, you have 2 players in main here. But if you're alone in this area, it's just really risky for you to stand in the door like this and throw nades. Sometimes they want to take some space back and push down the ramp, and then obviously you don't want to be in this area. If that's the case, so you're alone in this area, you can start off with this molly, but then back off into this corner. Remember, this means that you have to tell your teammates to not drop your nades into the door area, but to drop them into this corner. And then all you have to do is aim like this for the long smoke. For the short smoke, aim like this. For the cubby molly, aim like this, W jump throw, and then you can jump onto the box and throw a flash like this. And then obviously you have to be careful about someone that has pushed down the ramp. And now if you want to take cave but you don't want to rush it, you can take it a little bit more safely by just throwing a smoke off here to cancel the molly, and then just use the molly like this. You can wait here for one moment, listen if the molly tags someone, and if not, you can just come out, and then you can do a nade, a flash like this, and then you can take cave. And again, it would be really good if you have a molly on the door. So now if you have pushed back the CTs on cave and you want to go back towards mid and take some control there, usually what you're afraid of is an AWPer that plays in this area, or on this angle here, or on this angle here. And for the first angle, you can obviously always just do flashes like this, or have the guy that's coming out mid throw flashes in this area like I showed you in the beginning, or you can just jiggle. But usually what happens is if the CTs lose kind of control over mid, the AWPer will probably be in this or this position. And for those 2 positions, you can use a flash like this, where you just aim at the top of this brick here, and this flash will blind any AWPer that's trying to hold an angle like this. And it will also blind any AWPer that is trying to hold an angle like this. So now the teammate that just came out of mid can wait for the flash and then just quickly run into donut and try to kill this guy. If you ever have to resmoke window again because it took you too much time to take care front row and you're kind of worried about an AWPer holding a line like this, you can do that by just coming in the middle of this door like so. Have a look at this 3rd pin here, and then go up, use the new crosshair and put this pin between the 1 and the 2 on your crosshair. And this is going to perfectly smoke off window for you again. So now you already know a lot of stuff on this map. So let me show you 2 more tricks for this video. And the first one is going to be a flash for this area right here, in case the CTs take this very heavily with a molly like this and a molly like this, and maybe even a smoke like this, which is really rare in parks, but I still wanted to show you how to retake this area. All you have to do is have someone come in this corner right here, aim on the building like so, and this is going to molly off this cubby. And for the flash, just come against the wall like so, create a gap between this wall and the blue sign, aim on the top of the blue sign here on this side, release the flash, and this flash will absolutely destroy anyone that's playing on this side, even if he's standing inside of the cubby, because this stone here is not really solid, so you will still get blinded by this. And obviously if an AWPer is holding an angle like this, he will get blinded as well. And the second tip I wanted to give you is, if you have a round where you have just a few flashes and you want to make something happen, tell one of your teammates to just come against this wall like so, aim in the middle of this brick here, do a simple flash, and let the second guy come against this door and aim like this and do a flash like this. The second flash will blind any CT that's trying to play on long like so. And it will also blind anyone that's holding an angle like this. And the other flash will fly over the roof like so, blinding anyone that's playing from short here, and anyone that's playing on long like so, and even if they're playing close like this. And the beauty of this is that your teammates, while they're running up the side, will not get blinded by this flash. So now the only thing that's really dangerous for you is someone playing a position like this. So just before you go, jiggle this corner and make sure no one is playing on this position, and then have just one guy doing 2 of these flashes and one guy doing 2 of these flashes. And then you can just explode onto the side with some pistols and try to make something happen. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. I hope you guys liked it. Let me know what you want to see next, and I would love to see you in my next video again. Until that, have a nice day, guys. Bye bye.